All right, have and have not fans. Now, in the midst of theory videos and videos about characters who I don't like to see on screen anymore, let's sit back and have a fun conversation. I'm just going to be talking about the scene we got in last week's episode where we had Stephanie Mills singing "I Feel Good" all over, and that was definitely one of the highlights of last week's episode, not to mention the series as a whole, because Tyler Perry just gave us a completely new vibe as opposed to all the drama and whatnot that we're usually used to on the haves and the have-nots. And you know, I got to thinking about what if he did this in future episodes. Now, I'm not saying it's mandatory to do this every single episode, but to kind of spice up a season by giving us something a little bit different. I really love the concert feel of the scene, the fact that he let Stephanie do the entire song, because I thought he would, Stephanie would get up there, sing a couple verses, and we go to the next scene. No. She got to do the whole song. I was looking forward to saying, I never knew love like this before as soon as she finished up, but dang, who knows, maybe she'll come back and do that song. But just to get the ball rolling, I'm going to mention maybe 3 to 5 people that I would love to see on the haves and the have-nots, just to sing 1 or 2 songs. Now, what I'm going to try to do here, I'll say an artist, I'll say what particular song I would personally like to hear, and then try to fit it into the story itself to see, what would make the song relevant. Because in this Stephanie Mills scene, "I Feel Good" all over, that in my mind definitely describes Hannah, because when was the last time we had seen her that happy before on the entirety of the show, aside from getting custody of Quincy Jr., Benny coming out of the coma back in season 2, and just, having friendly moments with Catherine. But aside from that, let's just talk about a few. Now, in no particular order, I think Johnny Gill will be a good pick, because we have seen him, I believe it was in the movie Medea's Family Reunion. He was singing at the wedding scene at the end. I would love Johnny Gill to come on there and sing either My, or an underrated song from the Boomerang soundtrack. I believe it's called There You Go. I just love the feel of both of those songs. When it comes down to Johnny, My, I just, just the opening lyrics, put on that red dress, slip on your high heels, and you sure look good tonight. And, I'm just like ad-libbing some of the verses here. Again, another perfect song for like a date night between Hannah and Derek, or just a scene where we have a good feeling couple, because that was one thing that's ironic between Derek and Hannah. Those two together, I think Hannah is like the only person on the show that's going with somebody her own age or around her own age. Catherine, even though it hasn't been done yet, Broderick is still in the mix of, planning something with her. So she might be his sugar mama. But then you got Jim and Gia. Well, obviously that's ended now, allegedly. David and Erica, Veronica and Benny. So it's weird that these older people are, with people that are around the ages of their own children. But hey, that's how that's what happens. It's not uncommon, but it's kind of weird when you look at the context of the show. So Johnny Gill, I would definitely love to see him on the show as well. And I think, what's her name? I could be wrong. Karen Smith, she sung the song Superwoman. I would love Superwoman, like, even if she's not physically on the show. That's another thing, keep in mind, that even if these singers aren't physically on the show, there are some scenes where that song would have been so relevant. Superwoman, that would have been perfect for, like, I feel like Hannah just embodies that song in so many ways. Not to mention Catherine, she's definitely Superwoman in her own respect, kind of living her own life. It is sad when you're in a marriage and you feel more alone than, when you're by yourself. So Superwoman definitely would have been a great scene to describe Catherine battling breast cancer, or Hannah, going through the roast. Like, this is why we should have. Can you imagine if Tyler Perry had these kind of songs playing while we're having a montage with flashbacks? Like, imagine Hannah, getting ready to go to work as a maid, and getting Candace and Benny ready for school, fixing them breakfast and whatnot. Sitting at a table, pot up with bills. That kind of stuff gives relevancy to the characters, because you have scenes and actions that describe their past to describe who they are today. That was good. That just slipped off the tongue there. That was good. I would have loved to see something like that. Another good, I know some people are saying Anita Baker. Let me Google that real quick. I know who she is, but I'm trying to think of what kind of hits did she have that I'm familiar with. Just one moment. Anita Baker. Because this is Tyler Perry. This is definitely a good thing because it's kind of funny when you think about it. In terms of the haves and the have-nots itself, if you look at like IMDb on a lot of these actors and actresses, some of these are people who have been in the acting game for quite some time, but they haven't been on these big movies or shows. So back on the haves and the have-nots, it really upped their relevancy for, I guess you could say, a younger generation like me. So yeah, I definitely feel like it would be great for him to have more artists from, you know, the golden oldies that the younger generation isn't familiar with today. Because I was speaking with some younger viewers of the show, and it's like, yeah, it's like I kind of knew about Stephanie Mills, but then after this episode, I just listened to her music. So it's definitely adding relevancy to older artists to a newer generation. So I would definitely think that Tyler Perry would benefit for putting more artists on there. Okay, Sweet Love, I do know that song. Caught Up in the Rapture, Sweet Love, No One in the World, Body and Soul, I Apologize. I don't really know the context for most of these songs, but I apologize. Honestly, you know, what if Jim came to his senses, or Veronica came to her senses and tried to apologize to Catherine and David? There's that. Or Candace, you know, apologizing for once in her freaking life, but we'll just have to wait and see. Let me see who else there is. So Johnny Gill, Karen Smith, Anita Baker. No offense, but I know some of these artists probably passed away. Not the ones I've mentioned, but just in general. Shoot. For all we know, probably get Diana Ross on there or something to sing a song. What about Janet Jackson? She played in the Why Did I Get Married series, so that would be interesting to see her on the show. I mean, Janet Jackson, she has such a catalog of songs that I don't even know. I think today is trending. That's like what, Janet 25. That is like her birthday and the 25th anniversary of her self-titled album. So there's that. I mean, get her on the episode to sing a song and shoot. I mean, obviously she's still relevant, but you know what I mean. Just to have her in a venue where more people can watch her live as opposed to a concert, I would be for that. And there are just so many songs like Control, and that song could go with Veronica and Candace in a heartbeat because they just love Control. And wow, there are just so many other people to choose from. I swear, that's just, dang, yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, I want to stop right here because I had a list, but I felt like it would be great just to do this off the top of the dome, because this is a video that I want to have like a snowball effect where I just roll the snowball down the hill and more people will comment their thoughts and it'll get bigger and bigger. But in the comment section below, what other artists would you love to see come on the haves and the have-nots to sing a song or two? What song would you like them to sing? And then, like I did, tell me a scene in which them being on the show and singing a song would be relevant to. So yeah, let's have a good time in the comments below, and I'll talk to you later.